Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How is it March? Like I just want to say, how is it March? But it's perfect that I'm recording this today though, because it's like beautiful weather outside, and this is weird because it's been snowing this week and now the blue sky's out, no clouds in the sky. It's really strange. So I was like, you know what? It is something in my mind right now. So here we are, March TBR. What on earth? My favourite season of the year is autumn. I don't know, I like when everything starts going a bit darker and more like moody weather. I love that. But March, springtime, I mean it's my birthday in March anyway, but it's when like the buds come back, the trees start getting greener and the blossoms. I love blossom trees. I always will do. And I went for a run, I think it was last week or the week before my lunch break, and I ran past someone's house and in their garden they had like a blossom tree and it just started to blossom. Like the buds were there, they were pink. It honestly, it made me so ridiculously happy. Anyway, hi guys, I hope you're doing well. We are doing obviously the March TBR, which I've already said to you guys. I do have 2 books that I would like to add on to the list today. I usually do 8 books to 9 books a month, but I am doing a bit of a challenge this month, like a vlog. I am doing my Share It or Scrap It video again, so I will be reading a couple of these books, so I'm probably going to just choose 8 and just keep it at that. I won't get all through 8 of them, not going to happen, but it's nice to have an option of those 8 books to read from. Anyway, the first book I've already chosen is Lonely Castle in the Mirror. This was on my TBR, I think January, and I just didn't read it. I got to page 30, but I was in the mood for something a little bit more like high-spirited, more action related, and this is kind of like a chill book. But now that I am not bored of fantasy, but I want something different, I thought this is the perfect time to get back in this book and read it. Also because one of my friends really wants to read this and she wants my opinion on it, so it's kind of like a no-brainer really. I then have The Courting of Bristol Keats. Again, this was on my January TBR and I just didn't read it. It's a special edition. Is this Waterstones? Yeah, this is the Waterstone special edition. I like Fate anyway, but then obviously it's got spread edges. So obviously I was like, I'm gonna get this book. Yeah, it's got dragons. I think the reason I didn't read this book in January was because of the dragons, because obviously Onyx Storm came out and I didn't want to like confuse my brain. I wanted dragons to be from Fourth Wing and I didn't want to read anything else with dragons in it, and I think that's the reason I put this up. Anyway, I'm really excited to read this one just because I've heard a lot of good things about it. And what I'll do is, rather than going through the synopsis here and right now with it, I'll just go through all the books at the end and then we can just do it like that. So I have chosen 2 here already, so we need 7 more. Trusty birthday cake, which is on par to say it's my birthday in March, you know, so 15 for March. It's just happening. I'm 26 though, which I'm not happy about. Okay, so I'm just going to say the 3rd book. A book with a map. It probably means it's going to be a fantasy book. Which I just said I don't want to read fantasy, but whatever. I actually don't know what I want to read. And I feel like a lot of the months are starting to look like that. I don't have a clue. With the prompt that told me to read a book with a map, I've chosen the Alcaraz Academy book one, which is of Deathless Shadows. And I got this, I'll put the video up here, and I got this when I did my TBR, my TBR cart and then like a haul. I only bought this because obviously the hardback book is stunning. Obsessed. I've got the first one and the second one, and I do think it's got art pieces within the book. Yeah, like on the chapters. Has this got, is it a picture with whose chapter it is? So that's Elias, that's Edgar, and that's Terra. Yeah, okay, so whatever person's chapter it is, it's a picture of that person in the chapter, and I really like that because then it kind of like, it helps the story along. So yeah, that is the map one, and this is a very dark like fantasy romance, I think. Number 4. A book you have been putting off. That is like most of my shelves. I mean, why? So a lot of the books that I do not want to read, or like I don't know the looks of, are on my TBR card, which is just there because I want my shelves to be beautiful, and I'm starting to get through the stage now where I'm like cutting books and getting rid of them, and then I'm just having the beautiful ones at the back here. So I do have one. I mean, I have a few, but I have one that I think I might choose. This one is Heaven's Official Blessing Book 1, and this is a manga, and it's also, I think it's an anime as well. I've heard really good things about this, but I just haven't picked up because usually I go guy on girl, not girl on girl or guy on guy, but I do read some books and I actually really do like him. And yeah, I just haven't picked up. I think I have read maybe like a chapter of it, and I've watched the anime probably like halfway through the first season, so I kind of know what's going on. And the anime I really enjoyed, like it's really good, like the world's a little bit fucked in the head, which is kind of what I like. Anyway, so I'll read that one because it's been on my shelves for a very long time, and I would like to know if I'm going to continue this or not, because this is just the deal breaker for me. Like, yes, no, what's going on? Because the world just seems amazing, and I like the artwork in it. So here we are. Number 5. I can still smell the candle in this, and I just... stunning. Okay, choose any I am not a romance girl. I do not want to read anything romance whatsoever. I don't want to. But it tells me to read a romance book, therefore I need to read a romance book. I don't know, I've just been putting off romances. Like, I'm just not in my romance era at all. And I think that's why in Feb I didn't read any romance books, because obviously romance is the month of love. And I just did not want to read that. I didn't want to read it at all. But I do have a book here I've recently just bought because it's recently just come out, and I don't know what it's about. All I know is the title, and I thought, you know what, I'm getting that. So it's called Not in My Book, and it's 2 rival writers, 1 epic love story. And do I need to say anything else? I am not an obsessed person with paperbacks. I've now come to the conclusion that I'm a hardback book girly for life, forever. And I have a lot of paperback books, which is frustrating. I do like annotating paperbacks though, so take that as you will. But yes, this is the next book I'm going to read. Will I read it? I want to read it. Unsure if I actually will pick it up though, because it's me, and sorry but not sorry. But it's, yeah. Number 6. Book with a 2-word title. Oh, I mean, I think I will have books like that, but nothing is springing out to me. So, and it doesn't help that a lot of my books I can't see the title of because spreadage is a life. This, I mean, it's not a new release per se. Like, I think it came out October, November last year, but because I pre-ordered a special edition, which is like perfect for my outfit right now, I've only just received this. So this is Immortal Dark, and on the front it says, no soul can enter without an invitation. And that is just giving vampire vibes, because we all know a vampire cannot come in unless it's invited, and it's just a little bit of darkness in my life. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful edition. Yeah, I mean, I have kind of just missed the hype of reading this, but I just saw the special edition. I couldn't say no. So 7. Book with number in title. Oh, I don't know if I have any books like that. TBC. I mean, it's not going very well. One more shelf. Do I have anything on my Kindle? No. Okay, I do have one on my Kindle, thank the Lord. It's One Dark Window. I have not read. I've heard a lot of good reviews in it, but I've also heard a lot of awful reviews in it, so I have been really like putting this off. But I do have the first and the second one on Kindle, because luckily for me it's on Kindle Unlimited, you know, so I'll read that. That'd be nice. It'd be nice to read a Kindle in this large selection of books I've got this month. So right, last one. I mean, I'm really not bored what it is right now. I've got everything on my TBR is there. So start a new series. I'm in the middle of 33 series. I don't want to get any more. I'll gladly start another one. I mean, I am starting one already. Okay, so this is The Curse of Ophelia. I feel like that's not coming out right. Ophelia. It doesn't sound right in my Yorkshire accent, but anyway, yeah, it's a beautiful book, and I should not be showing you this. I'm showing you them all at the end. I got this off Vinted though. This is secondhand. I love that for me. Right, I've chosen. It's so bright right now. Oh my god. Love that. As I was saying, I am going to go through my books right now, so every single one I'm going to have a little bit of a debrief for you guys, and then we can just end the video and then move on with our life. So The Courting of Bristol Keats, and I do think this is about like dragons and fae, and I think there's like a kidnapping or something. Oh, okay, so it says never make a deal with the fae. Do I need to say anything else? I will, just for your sake. After losing both her parents, Bristol Keats and her sister struggle to stay afloat in their small, quiet town of Bowes Keep when Bristol begins to receive letters from an aunt, it's in brackets, she's never heard of, who promises to help. She discovers that everything she has thought she knew about her family is a lie. Her father might still be alive, kidnapped by terrifying creatures from another realm. Keeping on with the same like dark vibes, Immortal Dark is just, I mean, it's a beautiful book anyway as it is. There's no dust cover, this is just pure hardback, and the inside, which is like a library book, hello, and annoyingly this actually doesn't have a synopsis. To the Goodreads. It began long before my time, but something has always hunted our family. Orphaned heiress Kaiden Dane grew up far from the arcane society she was born into, where human bloodlines gain power through vampire companionship. When her sister June disappears, Kaiden is convinced a vampire stole her by the very vampire bound to the family. The cruel yet captivating, I do not say that name, captivating Susenyos Sagad. To find June, Kaiden must infiltrate the elite Axley University, where students study to ensure peaceful coexistence between humans and vampires and inherit their family legacies. Kaiden must survive living with Susenyos. I need to find out how to say that because it sounds so wrong leaving my mouth. Even as he does everything he can drive her away. It doesn't matter if Susenyos' wickedness speaks to Kaiden's unviolent nature and tempts her to surrender to a life of darkness. She must find her sister and kill Susenyos at all costs. So yeah, dark, romance, fae. Do I need to say anything else? The Curse of Ophelia, I got it from Vinted second hand, and I just think it's beautiful. The only problem is I wanted to put it here because obviously that's a really nice special edition. Well, she's smaller than the rest, so I kind of can't do that, which is like really frustrating for us book lovers, like you would understand. And this is in the back. It says, "For every day my heart beats, I'm yours, my heart, my soul, it's all yours." Okay then. And it's just a very pretty edition, which obviously sprayed edges. And on the inside it has inner art. I actually don't know what this is about. I mean, are we surprised? No. The what is over, the curse is lifted, Malachi is gone. Wait, is this a follow-on from a book? Okay, I've looked at the author's like released published books, but this is the only series she does, so it's just one of those where you just go in and stuff's already happened, which is a little bit confusing, but whatever. Anyway, the war is over, the curse is lifted, Malachi is gone. It's been 2 years since Ophelia has seen the boy she loves. When a treaty was signed ending the war and lifting the curse on Mystique warriors, Malachi left to attempt the sacred ritual known as the undertaking. He never returned, and the undertaking was forbidden. Ophelia's world crumble around her. Since then, she has pursued a fruitless search for answers. When the deadly curse resurfaces only on her, Ophelia found solace in the idea that when she dies, she may finally be reunited with her lost love. Then a messenger appears, telling her that she alone may be the one to save her people. With her closest friends by her side, Ophelia embarks on a race against death. What is this curse? Is she dying? One that will not only challenge her physically, but make her question the Mystique leaders, the angels, and her belief in love. Can she win the fight against fate before the curse takes her life, or will the betrayals exposed along the way kill her first? Of Deathless Shadows, the first Alcro's Academy book, and this isn't a happy story. Sold. Not at all. It's a sad story filled with lust, trauma, and dark magic. Sold ×2. Under the siege of an enemy nation, Tara, Finn, and Edgar must navigate their new realities with their new abilities. This is under Tara. Finista has destroyed everything, leaving only ashes and new shadows that teem beneath our skin. My lovely assassin claims his shadow mate and has agreed to help me find my brother and ex-boyfriend. If they're still alive. Why would you want your ex-boyfriend? Like, ex for a reason, honey. Finn, after my village is destroyed, I'm trapped in an enemy's camp surrounded by other survivors. Blood and magic are twins here, and there's a dark itch coming from deep within me. If I ever want to see Tara again, I must become invincible. Shadow Daddy. Hello. Edgar, I wake up in a lavish estate with my memory stolen. All I know is that my sister and parents are gone. A sinister boy haunts me, pushing me to uncover the truth of this strange place. And this is just in general. Although separated, our hearts are tied. The shadows running through our veins call to each other, demanding answers. If we're ever to reunite, we must uncover the truth of Finista. And on the inside, it says, are you ready? It says, this is an adult dark fantasy book that doesn't skimp on the gore, horror, and spice. Please make sure to read the contents warning before reading this story. Where are you, my sweet baby angel? Content warning. Some of the content in this book may be triggering for some readers. The contents of this book contains aspects of physical violence, mental illness, morally grey characters, death, explicit gore, explicit sex scenes, substance abuse, childhood trauma, and dubious content. War trauma. Okay, I'm so excited. And it's not a massive book, it's actually quite small. So it's below 350, it's like 330. So that'll be a really nice easy read. The next one is Heaven's Official Blessings, and on the back it says, a god fallen, a ghost risen. Born the crown prince of the prosperous kingdom, Zealin was renowned for his beauty, strength, and purity. His years, dedicated study, and noble deeds allowed him to ascend to godhood. But those who rise must also fall, and fall he does, cast from the heavens and banished to the world below. 800 years after his mortal life, Zinlin has ascended to godhood for the third time. Angering most of the gods in the process, to repay his debts he is sent to the mortal realm to hunt down violent ghosts and troublemaking spirits who prey on the living. Along his travels he meets the fascinating and brilliant Sang Lang, a young man with whom he feels an instant connection, yet Sang Lang is clear more than he appears. What mysteries lie beneath the carefree smile? And it's just the artwork. It's so pretty. And I believe there's artwork in the book, actually. Stop it. Sounded like a seagull then. I mean, it's a must. It just looks so pretty, and I do think this is going to be a really nice easy read because the words are quite big and it's just over 350 pages. In a neighbourhood in Tokyo, 7 people must wake up. In a neighbourhood in Tokyo, 7 young people wake up to find their bedroom mirrors shining. Placing their palms on the surface, they are pulled through in a wondrous castle where they encounter not only each other but also their taskmaster, a bossy young girl in a mask called Wolf Queen. Though they don't know it yet, they all have one thing in common. Eager to uncover the secrets of the castle while keeping their own, their time here will not be without glitches. For a start, each day they must leave by 5 o'clock or face a terrifying penalty. They must all hunt for a key that will grant only one wish. They must tell no one about their experience here. I feel like it's going to be quite whimsical with a little bit on edginess. But I think because the kids, because they're in high school, I only know that because I've always read 30 pages. I think it's going to be nice calming, and that's obviously why I didn't read it in the first place. The romance one. Not in Love by Katie Holt. I actually haven't read this. This is the first time I'm reading this book together. Rosie Maxwell has always dreamed of becoming a best-selling romance writer, but the plan is derailed when she ends up in a writing workshop with her arch nemesis, Aidan Huntington, an obnoxious, unreasonable, gorgeous literary fiction writer who has no patience for romance or for Rosie. Well, that sounds pretty good actually. It's kind of like, yeah, feeling it already. Exhausted by Rosie and Aidan's constant verbal sparring, their professor gives them an ultimatum: leave her class or co-write a novel that blends their, respective genres. As Rosie and Aidan collaborate on their accidentally steaming book, they try to put their differences aside. Could their manuscript and process be a perfect outlet to explore their mutual attraction? But a potentially of course there's a but. 70% this book will come in play, I tell you that. But a potentially career-changing opportunity soon reignites their old rivalry. Rosie and Aidan's one-in-a-lifetime love story is once again at risk of being shelved unless they can find a way to end the book on their own terms. In a romance book, 70-80%, there's always like a thing that happens, like a miscommunication trope, or like a cheating trope, or they have to go somewhere else because of a job. It's just every time a romance book, if you guys know any romance book where it doesn't have a but situation, a but at like 80%, let me know. Put the comments down below, because I need to go back into romances, and that is the reason I'm not reading romances, because I don't want to. One Dark Window. Let's read that together. I mean, you probably know what it is, but if not, we'll read it together, because I don't know what it is. I'll show you the cover first, because it might rekindle some knowledge that you have. All I know is like it's a dark gothic book, and she's got like this monster in her brain. I think her name is it Elspeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. An ancient mercurial spirit is trapped inside Elspeth Spindle's head. That is like a tongue twister. She calls him the Nightmare. He protects her. He keeps her secrets, but nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, she is thrust into the world of shadow and deception. Together they embark on a dangerous quest to cure the town of Blunder from the dark magic infecting it. As the stakes heighten and their undeniable attraction intensifies, Elspeth is forced to face her darkest secret yet. The Nightmare is slowly, darkly taking over her mind. The Nightmare is slowly, darkly taking over her mind. And she might not be able to stop it. None the wiser. I don't know what's going on with that. And it's 430 pages. So this is going to be a tense month. To say I'm also doing some vlogs in this month for YouTube. So, yay for my insanity. It's a shame though, because I kind of had like a black theme going on, and then I have a little bit of colour. So pink, red, white. And the bottom 3 were all special editions. March's TBR is huge. We will see. We will see what I read, which is just gonna happen. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in next week's video. Have no idea what it is at this point, but here we are. Bye guys.